What's going on, fellas? You know the drill. We're back on the daily grind. Today we have zzirGrizz Impulse, a legendary montage. Let's kick it off. Let's go. Let's crack it off. Top-notch multimedia. Shout out to them, man. This is a legendary. It's a classique. It was requested. I was gonna do it anyway. Game Zone Global. Shout out to them, man. We got the World at War intro. This is a World at War montage. Shout out to Treyarch. Come on. You know, using the actual game's intros and that. Activision. Shout out to you, man. You know what I mean? It's one of my favorites, bruv. Hey, we're zooming in to the globe, you know. Hey, what was this map called? I can't remember. We've got men in ghillie suits getting blasted. Operator and EP Films presents. Bruv. Operator Perry, shout out to him. Absolute icon. EP Films. Is that a Bonix? Or is that another, you know what I mean? Is that another geezer? I'm not too sure, but just know, back in the day, Operator Perry and Ebonix, they were the guys. Like, no one had editors. No one was an editor. You make YouTube videos, you record and edit them yourself. Like, so it was unheard of until Operator Perry and Ebonix came through and started editing other men's content. I've never had an editor. I've never. Well, actually, for what was it, Massacre? We had an editor. But other than that, I prefer to edit my own stuff in it. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. Even when I hit the clip, I'm thinking ahead of time, alright, how's this going to fit into a montage? But yeah, no, these top tier editors, absolutely. Look at that dog, bruv. That looks mangy. You know, that's not looked after. That doesn't have an owner. Look at, I mean, he looks aggressive. Not the kind of dog I'd like to own, personally. Oh my god. This man in this ghillie, I don't like this ghillie suit, innit? Obviously, this is like back in the World at War days, so the ghillie suits weren't optimized, but that ghillie suit's dead, bruv. No drip, no respect. I'll give that 4 out of 10, bruv. Let's keep moving. In association with third generation gaming, Game So Global, and some other thing. Bang! PTRS took out the whole man's leg, bruv. zzirGrizz the GOAT. This man's going ham with the MP40, bro. What the? Did you see the man's brains? All I saw was meat, bruv. Impulse. Alright, this classic song. This classic song. One thing I'll say about Grizz. Hang on. My keyboard's not even connected. What's going on, bruv? I need to hire a little Spanish woman to come and do my like engineering and my technicality setup. Sorry about that. The one thing I'll say about Grizz, yeah, is he always brought unique concepts and another level. He always used unique music that hadn't been used already previously, and then it birthed other creators using either the same song or songs from the same bands. Chevelle, Stained, all of that. I don't think I've seen this song in particular used in another montage. There's about 17 geezers in ghillie suits. You see that? This guy's giving instructions. Start of the map. Triple. Yeah, that's a classic spot. I ain't hit that, but I know a lot of man in the comments have. That transition was glorious, bruv. Let's have a look at that again. Sorry about this, but we need to analyze this. We can't just watch it. We need to analyze it. Look at the transition. Pauses it, puts a little bit of the blood splatter on there, but it's white. Spins it and zooms in. This thing came out 13 years ago. Like, shout out to the editors, because back in these days, people were using Windows Movie Maker and shit, bruv. It was a basic transition. It might be a fade, it might be a cut, it might be the stock animations. This involves a bit more technique. And the reactions. Useless sniper in the chat there. PTRS. Drop in bodies. quick scope. End of the game. Let's go. Another transition there. Quality. Fight. Fight. Just turned around and knocked the man. Accuracy. Air assault addict getting clapped. Yeah, the song gets aggressive, so we start shaking. You know, shout out to the editors. He's just nosking. Right, it's relaxed. Quality triple, man. You got to remember as well, like back 13 years ago, maybe even 14 at this point, almost. Triples were still rare. Like obviously nowadays we're blessed. We see a montage with about 47 triples in it, quads, all sorts, 6-in-1s. But back then, a triple was rare, and even if you just had 1 or 2, it's enough for a montage. So everyone was like, when this game came out and obviously Grizz started recording, everyone was interested to see, all right, where are the triple spots? Like, what are people gonna hit? Grizz was always ahead of the curve, bruv. That's why he's the GOAT. Jimmy has game in the chat. Come on. Quick nosk. You see the little animations? See, the animations have been recorded by, you know, the editors, and they're recorded, I think, with a HD PVR, whereas Grizz was still using a Dazzle at this point, so you can kind of see the contrast in quality. My man's got the ting looking like some Starship Trooper, bruv, flying through the sky. Castle, great map. Great map. Played way better on this game than it did on what was it, Vanguard. You see that geezer there laying on his back like an Instagram model? Less of that. Okay, we've got a double headshot section. Smithmeister in the chat. See, the thing is, yeah, back then, the double headshot, sorry, that was a clip. Nowadays that will get disregarded. You wouldn't even think about putting that as a clip, but back then that was a thing. And I remember when I did Extermination, I had when I did Extermination, I had a double headshot section because these were sought after clips. It's crazy how the standards change. Obviously this is 13 years ago. You know, a double headshot was sought after. Now it's like a triple headshot is the minimum. Even Kalats back then were nice to hit. Ebonics in the chat hits the triple on Carrot. Shout out to Carrot, another UK Don. Alright, we're on the original dome. Yeah, that's a triple spot. I've hit a triple there. Come on. Come on. This is a classic piece of editing here. Classic. Yes. Yes. See, the thing is as well, like, that was something that we would used to do. Give you the little intro, you throw in the grenade, and then bang, you show the compilation of you actually hitting it. Quad nades back then, it was a thing. It was definitely montage worthy. And the thing is about Grizz, yeah, he kind of knew the spots. He even got to a point where he started making little videos showing you, all right, this is where you go to get these nade spots. I remember that. Yeah, just noskin. PTRS was a great gun, man. Look at that. He's even kind of G-shot in here. He's moving from side to side. He's on the railings. Spin. Come on. Oi. Bruv. Fat Zombie in the chat. Fat Zombie is actually my brother. Like my actual brother. I remember when I dropped my World at War non-beta montage, I got a little bit of hype, right? And I started to get out there and start to get some subscribers. And I remember back then I was joining Grizz's games a lot. And that's why you see him in the clips. And then eventually I just ended up on his friends list. And then I think it might have been Christmas Day 08 or Boxing Day 08, the day after Christmas. And I just remember he added me to his friends list and we started playing together. And obviously I'm bringing in my brothers. Shout out to Fat Zombie every time. My brother as well, Merc. JG owned you. And we'd just be playing. And like, the thing is, you got to remember, at this time, Grizz was ahead of everyone else. So, and you only had 100 people on your friends list. There was 100 slots, but there's thousands of geezers trying to get on there. So it was a privilege. I'm not gonna lie, I was gassed. So yeah, we used to play with Grizz. We'd play a few lobbies. You can see my brother in there talking on the mic. Back then, 13, 14 years ago, that mic must have been squeaking, bruv. Oh, shout out to Fat Zombie, bruv. Triple again. Come on, man. Still going. Godly Dan in the chat. Look at the spawns. Like, it's different to these games nowadays, man. Kaai 98K, man. What a gun. Listen to the sound of it. It's aesthetically pleasing, bro. 6 ins in the chat. Classic triple spot. Yeah, I've hit one of those. Here, 6 in saying, Tyler saying, that was a triple. It was, mate. Oof, song switch. Oh. zzirGrizz. Shout out to the editors, bruv. NS Ben. The man in many montages talking, but he never released not one thing. Alright, this song's sick. Look at the feed. Back then we weren't even really going for feeds like that. AFK, bruh. Shake and Bake RX. That's another legend, bruv. Early pioneer. Uh-oh, that's a crossover. Triple PTRS, bro. TWG, Sniper, Nevit. These are all guys I had on my friends list I used to play with all the time. Come on, man. 360, what an era, man. Grizz was great at those jump shots, man. And when you get them collat, it's so clean. Oh, look at the switch. Switched it, nos collat. Picked up the car, nos collat. Jump. That's a classic, bruv. Look at the moon. Look at the trees. Making, bruv. Making night, not making day. That's quality, mate. Even nos collats were great back in this era, trust me. Another triple in that spot, man. Here we go again. VGI Dynamite in the chat. Ebonic 6 ins. What a top 6 that must have been, bruv. Hitman. All these maps, like, these maps, they recreate them and they put them on Vanguard or, but I don't know, they just don't play the same. I know they try and make a little couple changes here and there, but this is where it was. I think World at War was underappreciated at its time. I think we were so blessed with COD 4. When World at War came out, we kind of saw it as just not quite as good. But looking back, it was brilliant. If they remastered this game, I'd play it. Yo, Black Sheep as well, man. Good times. STG, bro. Spraying, not aiming. 1, 2, 3, 4. Quad feed. The fade. The slowdown. VGI Dynamite's talking. Spin, spin. How many spins was that? It's got to be a 720 at least. And he's capturing a flag. One thing about Grizz is he plays the objective. You can't argue with it, bruv. He's spraying again, bruv. You know, back in 1942, they didn't have red dots. You know, they just had to make do with the equipment. The slow down. Look, this is what it's about. You know, when you're editing, you. Nah. Nah, bruv. That is jokes. Alright, look. The thing about it is, when you're editing a montage, you've got to kind of. It's not just about syncing to the shots. You've got to sync to the vibe of the music. Obviously, this is a period of the song where it's building up and it's slowed down. And he's slowed down to sync with that. You know what I mean? Slow-mo. What's going to happen? Geezer's running down the corridor. And then they pulled out the heart thing. I don't know where they've got this footage from. But that's the heart. I'd say that's Grizz's heart beating. Because he's thinking, look, there's a bunch of men here. I need to line this up and hit this shot correctly for my montage. And of course, he delivers. In sync with the song. Come on, bruv. Headshot. Mozin Nagant. All the snipers in this game, you gotta say, they were quality. Yeah, bruv. Eyes stay closed. You had the Mozin Nagant. You had the you had Springfield, the Car 98K, the PTRS, the Arasaka Japanese model, not to be confused with those nice sexy slim things. So each sniper was usable, had a different look, had a different feel, had a different sound, different amounts of bullets in the clip, I believe, as well, different handling, but they were all usable. The problem with nowadays is they chuck you 5-6 snipers, but only realistically 1 or 2 might be usable, and then you've just got some bullshit added. This is the thing about World at War, like, they got the snipers just right, bruv. Powerful enough, but they were all usable. Yeah, bare dogs in the lobby. Enemy dogs. Was that a triple? That looked mad. Bruv. Grizz, bruv. Grizz Mike. Come on, man. Is that it, yeah? Grizz. See, only Grizz could get away with this kind of stuff. Hey, we're gonna see some names here. But when you're like at the upper echelon of creators, you can throw in these little end credits. Because if you ain't, like, there's no point doing this. But Grizz was the originator of this, because before he did it on, I want to say, The Matrix, no one was thinking about end credits. Like, obviously back after that, a lot of us started doing it, trying to put in like shouts to our friends list. I did it, I think, in might even have been my 3rd montage or my 5th. I started doing it. We've seen a lot of us do it, so, but Grizz started it. You got the little effects here. It's, you know, just a small screen with some more clips, some shout outs. Godly Dan, 6in, Smithmeister, Trick Shooter, Useless Sniper, Sneaky One. Remember him? Yo Black Sheep, Prophets, Resistance. What a montage. Optic Hex. When he like the leader of Optic, he still might be. I don't really know the man's career path like that, but Optic Tumors as well. Rainbow Kite, Scottish Sniper. A lot of these guys I have on my friends list and I played with back in the day, man. Agony, BSE Milo, another UK Don, quality. Clairvoyant, shout out to Clairvoyant, man, legend. Daniel Kitchen, another UK Don. I think he was in, you could hear him speak in, Grizz dropped I don't know if it was a beta, but it was an early little montage that he did, and you can say, Grizz turned around, did a nosk, and you can hear him say, "Oh, Grizz, what the fuck?" I don't know if you man remember that.
zzirGrizz, what the fuck?
Dixie, no, I'm sure he was from Belfast or Northern Ireland. Another legend I played with all the time. Abonix, one of the best editors to ever do it. Early doors. English Sniper, another legend. Hipfire. Ice Cream Penguin, Dominator. Dominator dropped some crazy montages, known for that 360 across Countdown. Iron Maiden, I Love Chicken Nuggets. Oh mate, is I Love Chicken Nuggets the one that's in the Grizz clip where he hits the triple on Strike? Was it Strike? Crossfire. And Grizz has got pizza in his gland tag. I'm sure I Love Chicken Nuggets goes, oh my god. Mercy, of course. Come on, man. Shout out to Mercy. I'm Deadly Dan. Jimmy Has Game. He was in that. He recorded that first ever quad. I want to say he was in there. I think he got quadded. Kaai, Rev. I made it. Let's go. I made it to the shout outs, bruv. Kaai, bruv. I know when I watched this back in the day, I saw that. I thought, yeah, I made it. I'm certified, bruv. Every man on this list has got a certification, bruv. OMG Terrorist, we've watched his montages before. Operator Perry, come on, man. A legend. To be known, like, from this era, yeah, to have the status that he does and the respect and to be in the Hall of Fame, but we don't know him for like his montages or clips or skill necessarily, even though he did have those. We know him because of Top Notch, his commentary, Kaai, his editing. You know, back then people weren't getting editors, and he was one of the only ones that were respected out there. Otherwise you just do it yourself. So shout out to Perry. Shout out to Poland as well, known for the crash shot. You know, you climb up onto that balcony, aim in, bang. You don't even aim, sorry, Nosk. Onto the rooftop. Legendary. Back then we were picking out our shots. Quick scopes, the type of geezer that will kick his own nan down the stairs. That's insane, bruh. You know, I heard one geezer said to me on my comments a few weeks ago, he said, I know him personally. He did some time inside. Quick scopes, bruv. Ryan, if you're out there, mate, reach out to me. I want to get you in for an interview. Talk to me about the prison life, bruv. Talk to me about the kettles and that. You get me? Making tuna and noodles in the kettle and that. How was it on the wing? Talk to me. Shake and Bake RX, Sniper Master, bruv, Stern Peak, Sync Inc. 21, I had him on my friends list as well. TWG Sniper, VGI Dynamite, the man capable of doing spins that couldn't be recorded by scientists. Get your calculators out, bruv. Tony Hawk's thing, Hitman, bruv. Like, that list there's got a lot of names on it, man. Special thanks, Shek FX, Rainbow Kite, Activision, Treyarch, Triton, Third Generation Gaming, Game Zone Global, and all zzirGrizz fans, bruv. Okay, so they're using Sony Vegas Pro 8, bruv. What is it now? It's like 16, 17, 18 or something? Sony Vegas 8, man. Photoshop, After Effects. I think back in these days, I don't even know if I was on Vegas yet, you know. I might have just got on there. I started off on Windows Movie Maker. I never really dabbled with Photoshop or After Effects these times. They was a little bit over my head. The music, always quality. 2 great songs. Thanks for watching. Yeah, thanks for making that, man. We can see on the screen, man, still going for clips. People wanting to join the party. Oh, a triple headshot. Forgot about that. Unbelievable. Excellent. Excellent montage. zzirGrizz Impulse. An iconic montage. One of the best World at War montages. Especially at that time. Obviously, this is years ago, bro. Obviously, we've seen the Quadtage and other things since. You know, we've seen Strummy Thumbs doing his thing. but this was quality back in the day. Let's take a look at the statistics. So it was uploaded by GameZone Global again as well. Like, if your thing is quality enough to be uploaded by another, you know, channel, it means you get a bit more reach. It means your thing's certified. And nowadays you kind of want, you know, all the views and maybe everything to come to you, but this was early days. Like, people didn't really have outlets. Like Top Notch Media was one of the only ones, GameZone Global. There was a few that did it, but for the most part we just released our own things on our own channel. So yeah, no, it's brilliant. It's got 1,991,000 views, released 13 years ago. Bro, let's give it a like. Let's hit that like button, man. What's GameZone Global up to nowadays? I doubt they're still like making videos and that. Yeah, last video was 10 years ago, man. But shout out to GameZone Global, man. You did your thing. Let's take a look at the comments. Best COD ever made. Makes me so sad to even see this nowadays. That was 7 years ago. I think World at War in my top. World at War is definitely probably in my top 5 at least, maybe even top 3 ever released. COD 4 is number 1. World at War might be number 2. I don't know. I'd have to think about it, but at the time we didn't really appreciate it for what it was. I actually missed the old COD community. The memories of having full parties and hitting triples with the reactions. Shame to see the series hit a massive downfall, but hey, these games were epic and that can't be said against it. Yeah, for sure. Like, obviously it's the nostalgia. You know, we're nostalgia bandits, and it's not just the game itself, but it's the memories of being in parties. You get reactions from your friends when you hit a clip. Ah, man, it's the golden era, man. We can't go back, but we can look back. Okay, 0311 3 years ago said, fuck, I remember doing the intro with Perry and Ebonics for this. So Ebonics was involved. Cool. We were in there for like 2 hours trying shit. Perry would tell me or my guy, stand over there, etc. These were the golden days, and it was awesome being able to play with Grizz himself. For all the years I rolled with him, he was a great guy, and I hope he's doing well. Yeah, shout out to Grizz, Ebonics and Perry. And yeah, that's the thing, you got to go into the little private matches and try and get these cinematics, because this was early days of cinematics. Not every montage had them, and if you did do them, you kind of had to do them right, otherwise it just killed the flow of the montage. But I think they did well in this one. Not too much, you can't overkill it, but you did see the difference between the PVR quality and obviously the dazzle quality in terms of the clips and the cinematics, which it's not ideal, but it is what it is. But you'd rather it go that way than the other. Do you know what I mean? When you're looking at cinematics, or like if you're playing a game and you've got a cutscene, you kind of understandably in your mind expect the cutscene to have better graphics than the actual gameplay. So it kind of worked. 16 triples in one montage. Only Grizz can do this. Classic. That was 10 years ago. 16 triples, bro. Like, I weren't counting, but bro, that's a lot. I don't even know if I've got 16 triples in total on that game. Personally, I definitely don't. Hey, look, it's Harry Michael. 2 years ago he said, I know Kaai is gonna do a video on this bad boy. Big up Grizz. Hey, Harry Michael, is that Darkness? No way, bruv. It is. I shout out to my guy, bruv. Shout out to Darkness every time. He predicted it 2 years ago. It's only right to do it. Took a while to do it, but I've already probably done about at least 5 or 6 Grizz videos, so there's a lot to go through. But yeah, big up Grizz every time. Okay, Chrome Killer 12 years ago said, definitely sniper lobbies. He killed Kaai. Hey, come on. And Kyle, guy that was COD 4 sniper lobby vid I saw earlier. But who gives a damn? 1, it's Grizz, and 2, everybody is beginning to snipe these days. So sometimes there's a majority of lobby sniping without any sort of intention on it being that way. Well, yeah, you're right. Like, he killed me. I didn't even clock that. I didn't even see me getting killed. I got killed. I mean, it makes sense for this kind of time. But yeah, bruv, when you're Grizz, there's at this time, there's no avoiding people joining your session, and when they join your session, they're gonna snipe. You can't get away with it. The only way would be for him to appear offline, and get all of his mates to appear offline as well. Otherwise, bruv, it's inevitable. The pull was too strong. Wow, too nice. Too many trilaterals. Lewis Russell 13 years ago said trilaterals. Is that what we're going to start calling them? Lads, we're not going to say triples anymore. We're going to say trilaterals. Alright boys, that was the video. Let me know what you think in the comments, of course. Shout out to Grizz, the GOAT. Grizz, if you're watching this, thank you for your service. We appreciate it. Absolutely iconic. Without this man, Dazzles wouldn't have got bought. Xbox 360s wouldn't have got bought. Copies of Call of Duty, future CODs, YouTube's views. So many companies owe this man some money, you get me? So shout out to you, man. Let me know what video you want to see next. If you want to support me, become a member on Patreon. Hit the subscribe button. Let's try and get to 3,000 subscribers. Hit the like button, and I'll see you on the next one. All the best.